Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right. So you guys remember, when you guys watch a video or watch a live stream, always make sure that you watch it all the way through to the end. It'll take you into the next scheduled content. Me and Izzy got a live stream coming up on Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern time. All right. So make sure that you guys stick around in this stream for about 15 seconds after it's over. It'll take you right in there. Make sure that you hit the bell icon there. You can get the like button smashed. You can drop a comment. You'll be all good. All right. So shout out to everybody that's in the room. All right. We got a bunch of people already in here. Make sure that you guys share this video out. It's good to see everybody. We're going to get into some interesting topics. We're going to talk about the ski mask police. All right. But before we get deep into it, if you guys can hear everything and the audio is okay, make sure that you guys drop either a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. All right. If you guys are not able to hear me, I guess I won't see too many responses. All right. Shout out to my man Mike Mellis John in the building. We got my man Terrence in the building. We got the homie Ali 8100 in the building. What's good with it, bro? Good to see you as always, family. We got DIY Queen up in here. We got my man DJ Elmo. We got Faith and Lighten in the building. We got Mike, right? So in Pennsylvania, all right, there's Pennsylvania PA agencies, and they keep a tight lid on officer misconduct records. Now, aren't you supposed to report those? What most people don't know is that when it comes to FBI statistics and all of this police reporting and all of this nonsense, it's not even a requirement. Like, you don't even have to do it. So if you don't have to do it, then you got to ask yourself the question, how accurate are these statistics that everybody likes to quote so often? We got tired, good quality cops. And would that make it easier or more difficult for them to hire repeat offender cops? If you ask me, they do this on purpose so that cops who lose their jobs for doing something degenerate or vile can have an easy gateway into the next job. Because if we can't find the record, then we'll act like we can't see the record. And if we can't see the record, then that means that it doesn't exist. And if it doesn't exist, well, that means you got the job. And then all of this stuff happens. So this is a new article. This has happened since the Tyree Nichols incident. This article here was updated on February 3rd of 2022, and it was published on February 3rd of 2022. Okay. So now here it says, after the high-profile beating of Tyree Nichols by Memphis police, local residents have raised concerns that police agencies in Pennsylvania basically police themselves for misconduct. Isn't that exactly what internal affairs is? And DIY Queen just said it. The police police themselves. So the numbers ain't right. It's a farce. Yeah, I agree. And that's literally the first paragraph of this article. Let me ask you guys a question. Is internal affairs an accurate process? If you all feel that internal affairs is an accurate process, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't feel that internal affairs is an accurate process, give me a thumbs down. This is one of the issues that I have with internal affairs, because internal affairs are police from those very police departments who are supposed to be investigating. So ultimately what you end up having is somebody investigating themselves. Yeah, I agree, DIY Queen. DIY Queen says hire good quality cops. I'm of the mindset that anyone wanting to be a cop, spirit ain't right. Sorry. Hey, I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it. According to the evidence and according to everything that's come out as of lately as a result of all of these police corruption and police brutality and the police to porn pipeline that we see, you know what I'm saying? I can't disagree. So now here it says, under Pennsylvania law, police agencies are allowed to keep a tight lid on complaints, disciplinary action, and use of force reports. So that means that you will never know about any of this stuff. That means that you will never know any of this stuff. But don't you find it fascinating that the news can just report these things and they report them as if they're fact, but the precincts aren't required to provide information at all, or required to provide accurate information. You know what I'm saying? So now this is interesting, right? Let me ask you guys a question. Judging from the title of this article, PA agencies keep tight lid on officer misconduct records. If a federal George Floyd Justice and Policing Act ended up passing, would it stop this from occurring? Give me your answer to that question in the comment section. Also, if you're watching this video on the replay, timestamp this and give me the answer. Okay. So now here it says some agencies provide the number of citizen complaints filed and whether they were submitted or not, but no details. Those statistics show that most complaints end up being deemed, quote unquote, unfounded by police, just like Officer Stephen Q in Detroit. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Shout out to my man Torian Rain. What up with it, bro? Let me ask you guys this question. Why would these complaints be unfounded? Why would they be unfounded? We all know why they would be unfounded, but why would they be unfounded? We have a bad public access law about public employee discipline. Melissa Melowinski, a Pennsylvania News Media Association attorney, told Penn Live in 2020, we get virtually nothing. Pennsylvania has a state board dedicated to training and certifying officers, but none for investigating police misconduct. So then my question is, how do they ever figure out if police misconduct occurs or doesn't occur? Shout out to Carlton Way. What up with it, bro? Do you guys see the issue here? So now these are some of the fundamental issues. And let me ask you guys a question. If this is going on in Pennsylvania, what's the chances that it's going on elsewhere in the United States? The local district attorney investigates after fatal police shootings and can look into other incidents referred to their office, but they only review whether the officer's conduct was criminal, not whether it was necessary, avoidable, or against department policy. Okay? If police departments want to build trust with residents, they should release the full scope of officer-involved investigations, not just the bare-bones statistics, according to Harrisburg area advocate Winnie Okello. It's like you're giving us empty calories at best. When we're saying give us some meat and potatoes, she said, people are not going to trust you if you don't give them a reason to trust you. Okello launched the police tracking system, harpnow.org, which stands for Harassment and Assault Reporting Platform, in the wake of the death of Ahmaud Arbery, a 25-year-old black jogger who was shot to death in Georgia during a racially motivated assault in 2020. And what I find fascinating is that when they talk about Ahmaud Arbery, one thing that they never mention in the conversations about Ahmaud Arbery is that there was also court system corruption when it came to Ahmaud Arbery, right? DA Jackie Johnson was a corrupt DA who had a inside track to corrupt citizens who were former police officers that used to work for her, but they don't talk about that when they bring up Ahmaud Arbery. They act as if just those citizens did something wrong. Jackie Johnson is about to lose her position as DA and probably her law license for the corruption that she contributed to that situation. But they never talk about that. Here's my question. Why isn't Jackie Johnson a household name? She should be a household name in American history. And prosecuting her should be one of the fundamental milestones in moving towards a better America. That's what you'd think if these people weren't fake. All the people that claim that they want to fix the system, right? The media always talks about wanting to fix the system. If the media wants to fix the system, then why don't they report about the actual system? Because if you have a person that used to be a police officer who's networked into the DA, whose DA son works in another venue, isn't that a system that's set up? Isn't that a network of people? If that's a network of people, give me a thumbs up. If it's not a network of people and I'm delusional and I'm just making this up, give me a thumbs down. She is looking for more residents to take the survey on her site to increase crowdsourced data, since data from law enforcement agencies is hard to get. Police departments must collect use of force data and report it to the FBI. But Pennsylvania's right to know law has exemptions that allow departments to withhold information like officers' names and investigation outcomes. So if you don't know the officer's name and you don't know the outcome of the investigation, here's my question. What does that do? What does that do? Does that do anything to help? Absolutely, Terrence. It breeds corruption. You know what I'm saying? Pennsylvania is one of 23 states that allow the disciplinary records of public employees, including police and teachers, to be shielded from the public view. Now, what happened to all of these cries for transparency and all of this stuff? You're supposed to be transparent. We're supposed to see exactly what's going on. We're going to make sure that if there's a dirty cop or somebody who acts like a dirty cop, their record will be open so that everybody in the United States can know what this person did, and so that police officers can not hire this person at other precincts. Well, how do you do that when the records are sealed? So let me ask you guys a question. This has been going on for how long? So let me tell you guys this. This article right here is evidence that there has been no police reform in the United States. So the police reform grift is a lie. And what it is it's a money-making lie for the media, because now the media has a story that everybody is into. It's a money-making lie for politicians because now politicians have something to tell you that they'll do for you. It's a money-making lie for nonprofit organizations that send 75% of their profits to the ADL because they're not doing anything except for extracting money from blood. As we can see, the machine still works the same way. After all these protests, after Black Lives Matter, after all of this stuff went on, PA police departments still are not sharing their records freely. So if PA police departments still are not sharing their records freely, then what that means is that quote unquote police reform conversations have not only fallen flat on their face, but they've suffocated and bled out while they're down. That's why when you see all of the conversations about Tyree Nichols, the way that the media writes them is that we have to resurrect the conversation about police reform. That's because it died. I don't believe in a lot of that stuff, but I know I have a lot of subscribers that are Christian, a lot of subscribers that are Israelite, a lot of subscribers that are Muslim, a lot of subscribers that are a lot of religions, right? In the Abrahamic religions, there's a lot of stories about people resurrecting. One of the most famous is Lazarus. So what happened to Lazarus in order for him to be resurrected? He had to die first. So when it comes to police reform conversations, what the mainstream media is telling you about the conversations needing to be resurrected is that they've died. They've died. And now here's the question. Who let them die? Probably the people that 96% of black people voted for. Democrats, because it's not the Republicans that's ever talking about the police. As far as the police, they want them to be able to shoot on sight if you have black skin. But when it comes to the Democrats always market themselves as saying that, they're all about justice and police reform. If they're all about justice and police reform, why did this article come out 3 days ago? If police had been reformed, this article wouldn't exist. So now here it says states from California to Maryland have made police disciplinary records more accessible in the last few years, according to the Associated Press. Under Pennsylvania laws, officers' disciplinary records are viewed as confidential personnel records similar to those of any employee or any workplace, because Pennsylvania's departments can say investigatory material is a personnel matter or not in the public's interest to be released. It is next to impossible to know if specific officers have been investigated for misconduct. So let me ask you guys a question. Do you all think that police officers pay attention to the kinds of information transparency policies that police departments have and apply to jobs at police departments that have the least transparent policies? If you guys think that they do, give me a thumbs up. If you guys think that they don't, give me a thumbs down. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the FBI has been nationally collecting data since 2012, but does not require departments to disclose the information, as the Pennsylvania Capital Star reported. All right. And we could check this article out because I think that this is important to what we're talking about. All right. I think that this is important to what we're talking about. Now, remember, it's 2023. This article that they just referenced, it came out in 2020. So if it's 3 years later and all of this has been going on and things have been going on since before that, what that basically means is that everybody who's saying that they're working towards police reform has not accomplished a goal at all. That means that all efforts have been futile. They've all failed. You know what I'm saying? The FBI has been nationally collecting data since 2012, but does not require departments to disclose information, as the Pennsylvania Capital Star reported. So now the FBI is federal, right? So George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, does it require the federal government to influence the state to report more accurately? Is there any incentive? See, because here's the thing, right? There needs to be a balance between consequences and incentives. If there's no consequence, right, they're not going to do it. If there's no incentive, they're not going to do it. If the only incentive is maintaining corruption and making sure that you have your partners back at the police station, they're not going to do it. But I guarantee if the government decided to give them a little bit of money, we'll give you 15% of your operating bonus if you provide us accurate officer records. I guarantee you those police offices would line up in droves to report that information so that they can get that money for their department. Also, at the same time, there should be a penalty. If you don't provide the records, then you'll get 15% less federal funding. So you have an incentive to do it and you have a consequence to not do it. They'll never do that because that might actually change something. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tia and shout out to Deneen. What up with y'all? That might actually change something. So now here it says the FBI said about 66% of U.S. law enforcement agencies submitted data last year. Let me ask you guys a question. Is 66% of police departments in the United States an acceptable number for them presenting data about this? Don't you guys think that the number should be more like 90%? Pennsylvania created a statewide database of police personnel records after the police murder of George Floyd in 2020 to prevent bad officers who are fired from one department from simply moving to another department without detection. But for some reason, that still continues to happen. The guy who deleted Tamir Rice was fired from another department. The guy who deleted Zachary Gifford, as well as the woman who was involved in it, they both had bad records from other departments. A lot of the police officers, like Officer Howley in the Tyree Nichols case, had prior records. So if they're making this mainstream media spectacle, then what we have to assume is not that they actually want to change this. We have to look at what's actually going on. And what's actually going on is that this isn't being addressed. And we have to just assume that because the government has all of the power and all of the ability to be able to make these kind of changes, we have to assume that the reason why they're doing this is to protect the corrupt police officers. Any other assumption, in my opinion, would be slightly naive. It'd be slightly naive to assume otherwise. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, I'm sorry, it would be slightly naive because they have all the means and they're choosing not to use them. And if they're choosing not to use them, then they have to be choosing not to use them for a reason. And the only reason that they would be choosing not to use them would be to continue to maintain the status quo, which is how the police is. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, but the system is riddled with loopholes that raise questions about its effectiveness. A Spotlight PA review found last year. So I mean, this might end up getting long. You know what I'm saying? This live stream here might end up getting long. This is the stuff Tori and Rain be waiting for. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely the kind of live stream that Tori and Rain enjoys the most. So now here it says the database, which is not publicly accessible, contains records of when an officer leaves their employment, but not if an officer receives a warning or suspension and keeps their job. The law requires every law enforcement agency in the state to check the database before a hiring decision, but does not include any enforcement measures if they fail to comply. And when they say enforcement measures, what does that mean? Help me out in the comment section, guys. When they say enforcement measures, what do they mean in reference to? What are they talking about? Yeah, Carlton, that's what we're gonna have to do, long stream style. Boy, yoing, 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 yoing. So now here it says in Lower Paxton, police said specifics about officer conduct investigations will not be released unless they are ordered to do so by a court. So that means you're not getting anything, including if you file a FOIA act, unless the court directs you to get it. You're not getting anything unless the court gives it to you. A lot of times, the court is a deterrent because they take so damn long. The director of public safety may divulge the fact that an unnamed member is under investigation, said Adam Kashiba. Lower Paxton's Township Public Safety Director, however, except under court order, there shall be no release of any specific information by the director, the department, the township, or the member under investigation until the investigation is completed and the member is either cleared or charged. So now let me ask you guys this question. Does it seem like there's an internal framework of carefully constructed policies to put up a stonewall to getting information about cops who may be involved in suspect behavior? If it seems like that, give me a thumbs up. If it doesn't, give me a thumbs down. My man Torian Rain says, I'll have to get up in a few, so I'm going to catch the playback, but something tells me you'll still be live. Hopefully not. Hopefully not, but I might. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So now here it says, in response to a Penn Live inquiry, Kashiba said his department received 2 complaints alleging excessive force in 2020. Both of the reports were deemed unfounded by the department, and one is in litigation, according to Kashiba. In the later incident, a man said a Lower Paxton police dog bit his arm and chewed his leg during an arrest last year. So that's nice, right? Isn't that nice? Isn't that something that everybody wants, to get their arms chewed up, leg bit up by a dog? And if you had defended yourself from the dog, you'd be in trouble for assaulting a police officer. So my question to y'all is, how did that work? And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have not smashed that like button, make sure that you guys smash that like button. Also, if you guys have not hit the bell and subscribed, go ahead and take a moment and hit the bell and subscribe. Also, please share the video out to your other social media and make sure that you're subbed up to my backup channels. Okay. Yeah, everybody wants their legs bit up. Here, go ahead. Just go ahead and eat my leg like it's wing night. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's what anybody walks out the house in the morning and wants. Go ahead and take a chunk out of my shoulder too. I know a couple people that got some extra meat. in their legs and in their shoulders, and they still don't want nothing taking a damn bite out of it. And get them damn dogs under control. Pennsylvania State Police and Harrisburg Bureau of Police are among the few departments in the area that post the number of citizen complaints filed against officers online for the public to see. Now, here's my question. If you only post the number of complaints and you don't ever post what exactly happened, shout out to my man Steal My Beats. What good is that? What good does that do anybody? Does that help anybody with anything? Yeah, this police officer had a complaint against him for going upside somebody's head. Okay. What police officer? Oh, we can't tell you that. You got to go to court to get that information. Okay. Doesn't really help now, does it? The state's police most recently published data from 2020. Out of 1,840 complaints last year, police conducted investigation on just a fraction, only about 344, or 19%, according to the data. State police said the majority of the complaints are deemed unfounded, quote unquote, not warranting investigation. Now, here's my question. Who is it that warrants them unfounded? Who is it that says, I heard that this guy shot up this little kid. Don't worry about it. We don't need to look into that. In Harrisburg, a city ordinance requires the police department to submit quarterly reports on citizen complaints to Harrisburg City Council. 53 complaints have been filed since 2020, and 45 of those were dismissed as unfounded or unconfirmed. Only 2 were substantiated by the department's internal process. Now, the fact that there's an internal process that does this, if you ask me, that's part of the problem as it is. These should be handled by an external entity. Again, that's like me investigating myself. Like, imagine if when you were in high school and the teacher asked you if you got in trouble or if you cheated, and you said, let me investigate my test to make sure that I didn't cheat. What are you going to say? Probably going to say that you didn't cheat, even if you did. So they put up a little bit of a graphic here. And now here it says Harrisburg's quarterly reports list only basic details about the number of reports filed that quarter, the demographics of the complaints and the officers, and the status of ongoing investigations. Rob Martin, Susquehanna Township's public safety director, said the township's department has not received any excessive force complaints between 2020 and the present. Now, let me ask you guys a question. If a complaint hasn't occurred, does that mean that police misconduct hasn't occurred? Let me know in the comment section, okay? Depending on the department, knowing how to file a complaint is not always straightforward. Knowing how to file a complaint is why some complaints end up getting dropped. That's also why some people don't file complaints. If you guys recall, in the Tyree Nichols case, Officer Howley, when he was under scrutiny for slamming somebody's head into the ground while he was working at a prison, the reason why that complaint was dismissed by the judge is because it wasn't filed properly. Just because a complaint isn't filed properly, does that mean that complaint-worthy behavior didn't occur? You see, that's the question. Some departments require people to contact them directly with complaints, which can be intimidating for someone who believes they were just wronged by police. Susquehanna and Lower Paxton Township police websites, for example, do not have forms specifically available for citizen complaints or clear directions on how complaints can be filed. Is that an accident or is that on purpose? Let me know, guys, if that's an accident or if that's on purpose. Okay. Do we have anybody that lives in PA in the chat? If you guys live in PA, put a radiation emoji in the chat. Shout out to the people from PA. This one's for you. So now here it says Martin said civilians can call the station and request a complaint form from an officer or visit the station in person Monday through Friday. is it really the best to go to the police station that you plan on filing a complaint against and ask for a complaint form like, hey, I'm going to file a complaint against you guys? Don't you guys think that it would make more sense to get that from somewhere else, or to just have it publicly available on a website where it's easily accessible to everybody and you don't really have to go into the police station to get it? Wouldn't that make some sense? If you guys think that that will make some sense, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that that will make any sense, give me a thumbs down. I think that it would make sense. I don't think a lot of people would feel comfortable going into the police station to file a complaint on the police. You already have to worry about the police and how fragile they are, and then going in there, on with a hostile environment or with, antagonistic intentions. And when I say antagonistic, that's not a negative thing. It's just saying what's actually going on. I don't think that the police will be too friendly to you. I think that they'll be trying to get you up out of there before anything happens. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Lower Paxton's police chief told Penn Live reports can be submitted in person, over the phone, in writing, or electronically. The Susquehanna and Lower Paxton Crime Watch page have generic submission forms for police-related incidents. As it relates to internal investigations from citizen complaints, these are confidential investigations, and any discipline would be a personal matter, Martin said. As it relates to building trust with the public, our department believes that this trust must be built every hour of the day. Susquehanna Township Police maintain a trusting relationship among community members, through community policing initiatives. Now, here's my question. How do they maintain a trusting relationship if all of their information and records are in the shadows? How do you maintain a trusting relationship when all of your information is in the shadows? Now, think about this, right? There hasn't been any recent police incident in Pennsylvania. Nothing recent, right? Like nothing in the last 3 months, right? Think about that. And this newspaper here did an expose on this police department and their faulty practices. And there hasn't been anything that's come out in the news. So for all the police departments that you're not hearing about, imagine what's actually going on there. Can you guys imagine? So now here it says, Martin said, Susquehanna Township Police recently started a weekly audit of officers' body camera footage to ensure policy compliance and for training of our officer. So now what they're doing is just adding a bunch of extra tasks, and they're not adding any consequences. They're not adding any consequences for anything that these officers may do improperly. All they're doing is just adding extra work. Is that a good strategy? Do you think that change is going to come from that kind of strategy? Again, you have to have a system of rewards, and you also have to have a system of deterrence. Just giving somebody a bunch of extra work to do is not going to make a difference. It's not. I'm sorry. Giving somebody a bunch of extra work to do is nothing more than more paperwork that somebody can forge nonsense on, and that they more than likely will forge nonsense on, because people don't be wanting to do their work. A Swatara Township Police website says citizen complaints can be made by calling Dauplin County Dispatch, then speaking to a police supervisor. Citizens will be asked to fill out a short form, which will be reviewed by a supervisor. The department said the police chief mails a letter with the investigation's outcome to the complainant. So at this point, none of the people involved in reviewing or approving the investigation are anybody outside of the circle of people who may be involved in it. And again, this is a police department that doesn't have any recent issues of police brutality, and they uncovered all of this. So imagine what goes on in the places that are highly corrupt. Imagine what that looks like. The Swatara Township Police Department welcomes responsible citizens' commitments concerning the quality of service provided by the department and its employees to the community. The department wrote on Crime Watch, crowdsourcing use of data versus allowing police departments to collect and disseminate their own is potentially more reliable. So now I want to apply that to a different scenario. I want to apply that to a different scenario. Isn't that what I always say about think tanks and the media? Us gathering and supplying our own information will always be more accurate than the information that we get from the media. If I always say that, give me a thumbs up. Shout out to my man DeAndre. DeAndre says, I'm sure police delegate that it is how we know how much extra work they are really doing. Facts. And you know they ain't doing no extra work. They might be stopping at the local Dunkin' Donuts or stopping at the local Tim Hortons for some extra donuts, but you know they ain't doing no extra work. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing out here. So now here it says the image of law enforcement has not been the best. The reality is we can't fix what we don't acknowledge, she said. It's important to allow folks to view your practices through your data collection and allow them to come to conclusions that they need to. We cannot keep begging them to do the right thing. I think that this is a decent article. But again, when it comes to this whole thing, if you pay very close attention, when it comes to all of these police reform efforts, the theme, all right, the theme is always to force the police to do more work and never to hold the police accountable. We'll make you fill out all these damn papers. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we'll get you together. We'll make you fill out all these damn papers. But if you kill somebody, I don't know what's going to happen to you. I know we ain't going to do nothing to you at the precinct here. You might just want to talk to the court. How many people have ever received a phone call from jail? If you guys have received a phone call or made a phone call from jail, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have not, give me a thumbs down. In Pennsylvania, Doplin County made millions on jail calls and spent it on staff perks. Is that what that's supposed to be spent on? Is that what that's supposed to be spent on? Now, here's my question. Shout out to Black Diamond. What up with it, Black Diamond? How is it that all of these stories tend to just escape the media? Don't you guys think, this is something that they should be talking about nationally? Yeah, you'd think. Or maybe you wouldn't think. You know what I'm saying? They sitting up here making all this money on these damn phone calls where they charge you a damn dollar a minute. Expensive ass jail phone calls. Shit be sounding all staticky. They don't even have no good line. You think you paying for 5G? That shit sound like you got two soup cans with some damn yarn in between each of them and shit. Shit crackling like a bowl of Rice Krispies when you trying to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? One of your people's calling you, hello, hello. That shit sound like the TV from back in the day when the damn vacuum cleaner is on. And they charging top dollar for that shit like it's 5G. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know how these motherfuckers be in jail getting all on Facebook and doing live streams and shit. You can't even make a basic phone call from jail. How the hell you get on Facebook? Where the hell you getting broadband at jail? And you can't even call no damn body. What kind of damn phone you got that you can even pay the bill on that shit? How the hell you keeping up a damn phone bill from jail? The fuck? Do that shit make any sense? People hooking up, swiping right, meeting people and shit. Motherfuckers having first date night is a conjugal visit, but you can't even make a phone call though. And these motherfuckers got broadband. How that shit work? That shit crazy. Yeah, nigga, I'm in jail. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to shout out to my man TD Hip Hop Media. Yeah, jail is popping. Niggas posting selfies and shit. Yeah, I'm finna eat breakfast. Like, what the fuck? Where you at? The Waffle House? Nah, cell block C. They having they having Rice Krispie bricks and grits for breakfast, nigga. Like, what? You posting pictures like that, but when it's time to call your mom, that shit sound like somebody wrinkling up a paper bag in the damn microphone. Come on now. And they charging top dollar for this shit. For nearly a year, Judy Lavita Jones' son was incarcerated in Dauphin County Prison. Each month, she put $400 to $500 in his account. It wasn't an expense Jones wanted, but it was the only way to stay in touch with him. So she was putting that money on that JPay account. She was sliding the 4 to 5 to the JPay. You know what I'm saying? She got to stay in touch with her baby. That's because the jail phone and email systems are operated by for-profit companies that charge fees for their use and pay hefty commissions to the county. So if they're paying hefty commissions to the county, it's basically the county is leasing out access to the prisoners. The phone companies are divvying for it, and the county takes a percentage. It's just like how YouTube works. You know what I'm saying? You know how YouTube work. You get a $10 super chat and fuck around and come home with 15 cents. Y'all seen that video that Lisa Cabrera did about that YouTube short that she did? I think she got like 10 cents on it. It got like over 1 million views. That's the YouTube shit. Jail is on that YouTube shit. They was the first YouTube hustlers out here before YouTube actually happened. You know what I'm saying? That's because the jail phone and email systems are operated by for-profit companies. Yeah, the for-profit companies that operate them are the damn state and the county, but whatever. Each phone call from jail costs more than $3. Can you imagine that? Every time you hit the send button on your cell phone, you got paid $3. Imagine that. Would you be hitting that send button as much as you do? If you had to pay $3 every time you hit that shit? YouTube be destroying the super chat money. Yeah, YouTube is the for real family the money gone. On the 21st, when you look at the money that you made, you like, God damn, the family, the money is really gone. That shit is really gone. You get $1 in super chat, you mess around and get 5 cents. Your monthly income is 5 cents. They don't give you nothing for ads either. You can have a video with like 5,000 views on that shit. They give you 20,000 or $20 for some ad revenue. $20? What y'all doing with all that? Exploitation of poor black people. Facts, Deneen. There are additional fees for video calls, emails, voicemails, and multimedia messages. That's when you got you found something soft and you want her to send you a couple pictures. You got to have that jail data package. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Send me that picture of you with them Victoria's Secrets. That should have cost $500. You got to get you that data. It's probably like $500 a gigabyte. The county began giving incarcerated people access to tablet computers similar to iPads in 2019. So you can sit up there and play solitaire all day if you want to. Mess around and get your Netflix, you know what I'm saying? Grab your tablet in jail, get your little stylus, go shank somebody with it, you know what I'm saying? Arguing that it would help them stay connected to family and provide more access to books and movies. Well, you're supposed to be punished while you're in jail. So, I mean, you really ain't supposed to have no access to the outside world. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre said, I don't know, Rob Love after lockup got these dudes in jail popping right now. Yeah, they popping, man. But they was popping before they went to jail. They already had probably popped babies in a bunch of women and left them out in the street. And now they in jail going on dates while the chicks that they was popping before they got in jail is pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And somehow that shit my fault. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says since then, the Dauphin County has collected, listen to this. Dauphin County has collected $3.4 million in commissions from the phone calls and the tablet use. They are making dough. They making dough. And it probably is. They're making dough from hollering at a lot of women, talking to their baby moms, talking to their side chicks. It's good working men out here that aren't getting a phone call at all. And these jail niggas' phones stay off the hook. They running up millions of dollars for the county. It's niggas that work at a 9 to 5 that's making like $150,000 a year that don't get a call ever during the day unless it's from their family or something. Hey son, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? His mom calling. I'm doing okay, mom. I'm just here at my job, just trying to bring home the bacon. That's it. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's out here making $150,000 at a regular job, being an upstanding citizen. And all the phone traffic is being directed to some pookie that has somebody pregnant outside of jail while he's whining and dining some female simp that can't stop talking to him in jail. Who will also be pregnant upon his release date. But people like what they like. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the person to criticize people for liking what they like. With just when you like what you like, just understand that consequences come with it. And don't be blaming other people that ain't involved in your decision for them consequences. Don't sit there and date the whole jail and then say black men ain't shit. Say convicts aren't shit. Say criminals aren't shit. Don't sit up there and suck off a whole cell block and then be talking about black men ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody told you to go to a cell block for your escapades. Nobody told you to run up a $3.4 million commission in phone bill. Because that's all that's going on. Those ain't family calls. People ain't calling their families. So now here it says the money was put in a jail fund that is supposed to go towards the operation of the jail and to benefit the people incarcerated there. Yeah, right. If they wanted to benefit the people that were incarcerated, you know what I'm saying? Then what would end up happening is they would make more money for pressing license plates or for cleaning up the highway. They wouldn't charge that money off of the jail, off of the phone calls and shit. Shout out to my man Deformed Pretty Boy. TD said Black Light Samuel spitting. That's hilarious. A review of spending records by Penn Live, however, found much of the money collected by the county from these calls has gone to benefit jail staff and pay outside contractors and vendors. This is why my heart breaks, Jones said. Our family could afford to pay for our son to call his son, but so many other inmates' families cannot afford that. That's because the fees they charge and the amount of money it costs. It's unbelievable. Listen to this. The county spent nearly $300,000 between 2019 and 2021 to purchase gun range memberships to 717 Armory for prison staff, the sheriff's department, the district attorney's criminal investigation division, and prohibition parole. All right. So they spent $300,000 damn dollars on some target practice. They spent $300,000 on target practice. They probably used some of the damn inmates for target practice too, because we all know they like to use black people for target practice at traffic stops. You know what I'm saying? So they probably actually just used them on the gun, and then they're talking about paying the legal fees when the police decide to start shooting out the window when they see a random black person walking across the street. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says in total, the county purchased more than 480 annual memberships. The jail had fewer than 300 full-time employees. So they got a couple gift cards. They got a couple of those memberships where this would make a nice holiday gift for your spouse, or this would make a nice holiday gift for your son. We're going to get you a membership to this white supremacist gun range so you can learn how to shoot. All the targets here, they only have afros, dreads, and braids. So, you know what I'm saying? You know exactly how to shoot. You know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of clubs that cost a lot of money when they got the custom-made targets, the ones that only got afros, braids, and dreads. Those are the ones that cost that damn much. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they spent their money on. Proudly. You know what I'm saying? Proud America. This is Pennsylvania, home of Harrisburg, one of the places where the degenerate ass Civil War actually happened. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the memberships cost $299 per person and far more expensive than other gun ranges in the area, some of which cost as little as $35 a year. But I mean, if you got the money, why are you going to spend it at the cheap one? Why are you not going to go to LA Fitness if you can go to, why are you going to go to Planet Fitness if you can go to LA Fitness? Man, I ain't about to go to that cheap ass gun range. I'm about to go to the one where I get gold guns and silver bullets. What you talking about? I'm about to go to the top tier gun range, the one where they serve vodka in between each round of shots. Nobody about to go to that cheap shit in the back behind the gun store. Nah. You know what I'm saying? We going to the premium one. They only serve top shelf liquor there. The county did not provide range memberships to staff prior to 2019 or 2021. Who you about to be shooting inside jail though? Like, I mean, remember, this is for jail. So who are you about to be shooting in there? You know what I'm saying? They didn't answer any questions about how 717 Armory was selected. They selected that one because it was nice. It was uppity. You know what I'm saying? They selected that one because it was a nice one. It was premium. It was top tier. The county did not provide range memberships to staff prior to 2019 or 2021. What that basically means is that when they in 2020, in 2019, when C-19 started to hit and they were getting all that extra money, they were also using that C-19 money. Since 2019, the county has also spent more than $160,000 to purchase new uniforms for correction officers, including more than $35,000 for some long sleeve uniforms. So they got the Gucci print correctional officer uniform. They got Gucci pattern police pants, Gucci pattern police shirts, Gucci pattern bulletproof vests. You know what I'm saying? They got the stylish shit. Michael Kors gun bag. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? A Chanel holster. And another $3,500 or $35,000 was spent on upgrades and improvements to sheriff department's holding cells and benches at the county courthouse, because a damn bench costs $35,000, and you know you got to do a lot of maintenance on an empty ass room. See, Faith got the live stream turned up too loud. The police them heard you. Be careful. I would record it if I was you. You know what I'm saying? And just do what you need to do to be able to get to court. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says another $35,000 was spent on upgrades and improvements to the sheriff's department's holding cells and benches at the county courthouse. Let me ask you guys a question. What kind of upgrades could be used for a holding cell? Do you guys know? Are they going to be painting it, or what are they going to do to upgrade the holding cell? Yeah, they got the Gucci Brigade. Definitely got that Gucci Brigade. You know what I'm saying? County officials refused to answer questions as to why the jail was paying for upgrades and maintenance of another county department. The county spent more than $9,000 on employee appreciation meals. They was eating good. They was getting them big shrimp. They was getting them after-hour size shrimps. You know what I'm saying? That after-hour hibachi type shrimp. $13,000 on office furniture. They was getting the plush leather shit. And $3,000 fitness trackers so corrections officers could participate in the county's wellness programs. Because, they got to be looking nice. You know what I'm saying? The female officers got to be looking nice. You know what I'm saying? The male officers got to be able to, you know what I'm saying? They got to be able to run after people that they arrest unjustly. You know what I'm saying? County spokesman Brett Hambright defended the perks for staff, contending that the current job market makes it difficult to retain employees. So you just decide to just illegally spend a bunch of money on them? Another $74,000 was spent on new vehicles. So they was getting, the spokes and the spinners, the Dayton wheels, $32,000 for a John Deere Gator for use on the jail grounds, and $42,000 for a truck with snowplow. They was using all of this county equipment to then, after work, probably, possibly, allegedly, go and do their own business practices, like snow plowing, like cutting the grass. So they was spending county money, more than likely, to then get equipment that was listed under the county's inventory to generate their own profits in most cases, allegedly. Because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Don't make any sense. So now here's my question. Why is it that we don't hear about these kind of stories on Fox News? I'm gonna always ask y'all that. I ask that question all the time. How come we don't hear about these stories on Fox News? These are Fox News stories. This is the kind of stuff that doesn't happen. What's supposed to happen is that when the news finds something that's allegedly not supposed to happen, they're supposed to report on it. They're supposed to talk about it. But they don't ever talk about it. So how'd that work? That make any sense? Incarcerated people and their loved ones also paid for investigations into the deaths of 2 people at the jail, and an investigation into allegations of inappropriate behavior by former director of corrections Brian Clark. In October of 2021, the county spent $3,000 out of the jail fund to purchase a new refrigerator for the staff break room, but did not replace or repair the faculty refrigerator in the kitchen for those held in the jail. A Fitbit is your sign-on bonus. Facts. This is crazy. So what this shows is that the people who act as if they're outraged, they act like they're upset about these kind of things. They are not upset whatsoever. They are all lying to you. The only people that are outraged about Tyree Nichols in that situation is us. And the reason why we're the only ones who are outraged by it is because those kind of situations are mainly affecting us the most. And nobody else wants to deal with it or cop to how they contribute to it. So what they want us to do is just to be quiet about it. That's how fake these people are. Between January of 2019 and December of 2021, 1 month before Jamal Crummell died in jail. How many of you guys heard about Jamal Crummell dying in jail? If you guys heard about this person named Jamal Crummell, give me a thumbs up in the comment section. If you guys did not hear about Jamal Crummell, give me a thumbs down. Anybody in here familiar with the Jamal Crummell story? Apparently, he's an individual who died in jail. After twice developing hypothermia while he was housed on the M Block, the county collected nearly $2.7 million in commissions. None of that went to renovate the aging HVAC system that probably was a contributing factor to this individual having hypothermia and dying in jail. Deneen said she didn't hear about it. Anybody else? If you guys want to hear about this, give me a thumbs up. I think we should talk about it. Possibly not tonight, probably, but at some point, of course. Of course, it was a black man. You know what I'm saying? This dude was hospitalized for hypothermia and they put him back in a cold cell and he died. They'll freeze you to death in jail. You know what I'm saying? They'll freeze you to death. We'll talk about this tomorrow. We'll talk about this individual tomorrow. But remember this dude's name. His name was Jamal Crummel. Okay. And we're gonna definitely talk about it. Now, here go the question. How did that not make national news? You see how all of these stories are out here? Tyree Nichols is just one. Yeah. They treat us worse than animals, but then we'll try to give you a life sentence for defending yourself from a dog. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, while the county has long acknowledged it needs to make significant investments to properly heat the cool the jail, it was not until 2 months ago that the county allocated money from the jail fund, and that was $502,000 to make repairs. That's enough to provide heat directly to 28 cells on the L and M blocks rather than rely on heating elements in the hallway to provide warmth to the closed cells. Okay. That one allotment for HVAC repair was more than the amount taken from the jail fund for repairs around the jail in the 2 previous years combined. So now here's my question. If they don't spend any money on maintenance or they don't spend any money to attempt to try to maintain the jail's upkeep, how does the situation or how does the conditions ever improve? That's one of the reasons why people are out here dying of hypothermia. Now, here's the thing, right? How many people have ever been to a nursing home in the hood? Nursing homes and hospitals in the hood do not get any budget money from the rich, either them folks or the rich PC people that own them. And the reason why is because they don't care. They think that they just bought something in the hood and they're hosting a bunch of animals, is how they look at us, and just say, well, you know what? It doesn't matter. We're just going to juice this place for money and let these people die. That's one of the reasons why people need to start owning their own stuff, owning their own businesses, man. Reinvest in your neighborhood. When other people come in and try to do that stuff, they're not trying to do anything except for exploit you and harm you. I've dealt with nursing homes in the hood. The way the white people that own those businesses treat those people there is a disgrace. It should be a human rights violation. Most nursing homes in the hood, somebody should take a picture of the conditions at them and send that shit to the UN. But they only do it because it's a place full of foundational Black Americans. That's the only reason why they do it. Same thing with the people that drive from BFE to come work there. You're not from the city, you're not from the hood, and you come work at these kind of places. They work at these kind of places because they've been rejected by the people around their community. So then they think they can come to one of our communities and treat everybody like shit. Nah, people need to stop with that, man. But the sad reality is that when you see that kind of phenomenon happening, what you end up seeing is you see the people from the community gravitate toward the abuser who came in there instead of trying to take control of the place. It's mind-boggling. Shout out to my man Tarek. What up with it, bro? A lot of people out here are just mentally gone. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says nearly $300,000 is expected to be spent out of the jail fund to hire former Pennsylvania Secretary of Corrections, John Wetzel. And let me ask you guys, with that name, John Wetzel, is he one of them folks? Because remember, the school to prison pipeline is one of those jobs that them folks monopolize. Shout out to Baptized in the Ism. What up with it, bro? They hired this John Wetzel, one of them folks, as a consultant to fix the problems at the jail and update the policies and the procedures. When the county announced its contract with Wetzel in October of 2021, officials said that the spending would be capped at $175,000 and would run through April 2023. Instead, commissioners quietly expanded his role last year, granting him an additional $112,000 beyond what he was additionally paid. So he got paid whatever it was that he got paid, and then in addition to that, he got an extra $112,000, all of which was over budget. Now, let me ask you a question. If there's no such thing as privilege, then explain the math right here. Explain the math right here. You ever notice how certain people just get on a YouTube video and they just start talking and they just start whining? Notice how those people never get on a YouTube video and actually have articles with information to cite behind them. Explain to me what this is. People will sit there and say, well, there's a failure in the system. Nah, there ain't no failure in the system. If there was a system failure, the indicators of a system failure would be that white people own the least resources. White people have the least influence. White people have the least money. That would be what it would look like if the system was failing, because the system is created to artificially bolster their performance and to artificially stonewall ours. So if there's ever, that's one of the reasons why they are particularly interested in the racial wealth gap. Because if the racial wealth gap starts to shrink, that's an indication of the system weakening. It's not supposed to shrink. The United States economy is designed to mathematically widen the racial wealth gap. It's designed that way to do that. It's not an accident that is like that. That was put in place purposely. All of the people who set up the country had finance training. They were bankers. They were business owners. They set it up like that. Don't never sit there and let anybody try to insult your intelligence by telling you that the system is broken. If the system is broken, it'll be more white people in jail than black people, more black college graduates than white college graduates, more generational wealth with black people than white people. The indicator that the system is working is by looking at the group of people that has the most money and has continued to have the most money. That shows that the system is working. So don't never listen to anybody write some kind of lame excuse. It's always people that are a part of that system that want to sit there and placate you by telling, oh, let me just pat you on your back and give you a little bit of sympathy, and I'll dab a tear from under your eye because the system is broken and, we just got to fix it. It's not broken. What are you talking about? Here's the indication that the system is not broken. Jeff Bezos gave Van Jones $100 million. Van Jones didn't give Jeff Bezos $100 million. That's an indicator that the system's not broken. Elon Musk is one of the richest men in the world. not LeBron James or 50 Cent or Jay-Z. That's an indication that the system's not broken. And it is what it is. The system is a preservation mechanism. We just have to understand that we need to create preservation mechanisms of our own. I don't understand why people just can't seem to grasp that concept. You know what I'm saying? That's all. The moment we start creating our own preservation systems, people will see a dramatic change. Oh, I'm sure. Black Diamond says she worked for a company as a CNA for 15 years. It was inhumane as hell. Yeah, I believe it. They don't care. They won't give you no supplies. Those people will eat nothing but nasty, stinking ass eggs all damn day. Nasty. You would think everybody in their damn nursing home shit themselves, and it's not. They didn't do it. That's not what happened. What happened was they brought the damn trays out with them nasty ass eggs on them, and it smelled like a damn sewer blew up. Who supposed to eat that shit without throwing up all over the place? But they expect your grandma and your grandpa to. Now you go out to the suburbs and go to one of them nice nursing homes. They serving some gourmet cooked food by some sous chefs. But they got egg beaters that smell like raw sewage for your grandparents. They don't care. If I was that old and I happened to smell some of them eggs, I wouldn't even need to go on hospice. I'd probably die from smelling that nasty ass shit. Whoever worked in a nursing home before, you ever smelt it at 7 o'clock in the morning when they bring the breakfast trays upstairs? You will, if you have never projectile vomited, you may the first time you smell those. That shit should be illegal. That shit smell like some shit you need a damn hazmat suit to serve to people. Yeah, I agree, Black Diamond. Facts. Cynthia said it's disgusting. It is disgusting. Have y'all ever drove past the freeway and, like, you know how you drive past certain you especially in the Midwest, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my people in the Midwest, you know what I'm saying? Ohio, you know what I'm saying? Michigan, you know what I'm saying? Illinois, Indiana, you know what I'm saying? Real shit like that. Shout out to my people from the Midwest. Y'all know how you drive past downtown, and because we used to have all them factories, it'll be some place where it's just some shit burning and it smells like ass for no reason on the freeway. Every freeway in the Midwest got a little patch of about 4 to 5 miles where it just smells like straight ass for no damn reason. And everybody, like, as a kid, you would know where you at. Oh shit, I'm almost at grandma's house because it smell like ass. I'm almost by grandma's house because it smell like ass. You know what I'm saying? That's how them damn eggs smell. That's how them damn eggs smell. Like, you driving through downtown, or you driving around the freeway, how it loop in through the city and shit, and it go right past the factory, and it's got this the towers burning. Denise said we call it Tacoma aroma. Oh man, it's trifling, man. Going down to downtown Cleveland, like when you go down 77 north, like going towards Lake Erie, going towards downtown, like that's over by where LTV Steel is and all that shit. Man, it smells horrible. Horrible. And just think, when them eggs get off that elevator and they open up that damn, look like a, and that's another thing too. They don't even try to present the food like in a presentable fashion. They have a big steel, like a big rolling steel casket that they keep the food in, and then they open it up. And when they open it up, that smell that's released is sinful. They got like, and that shit looked like the rolling coroner's office, and the eggs up there smelling like a dead body. Like, it's not a good look. But they don't care though. They don't care. And you know what else? They pocket all that money and go on vacations with it. They do the same thing that they're doing at this jail here. That right there is one of the reasons why it's so important. It's so important for people to start paying attention to the money, start cultivating the younger generations to start a generational business. Start a generational business where you're taking care of your specific interests. Because if you don't, these other people that are acting like they doing business with you, they're only doing business with you to get the money. They're not doing business with you to care for you. You know what I'm saying? Cynthia laughing. Yeah, that's some Midwest shit. Like anybody that's from the Midwest, like, and I'm talking about the real Midwest. I ain't talking about like Wisconsin or no shit like that. Like I'm talking about the actual Midwest, the steel belt. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about Wisconsin or Missouri or no shit like that. No offense to Wisconsin or Missouri. St. Louis is dope. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to St. Louis. But I'm talking about the real Midwest. I'm talking about like Buffalo, Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about shit like that. Real shit, the real Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Motown, you know what I'm saying? That shit. You know what I'm saying? Chi-Town. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland and shit like that. Buffalo, Pittsburgh. The real Midwest. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Hambright listed Wetzel's contract as one of the items paid for from the jail that would benefit those who are incarcerated. Special advisor. So they done gave this dude a title. They done gave them folks dude named Wetzel a title. He's now a special advisor, like he part of the damn military or something. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have not smashed that like button, please take a moment and make sure that you guys smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't shared this video to Facebook or shared this video to Twitter, please make sure that you help your boy out by doing that and tag some of your peoples in the tweet and in the Facebook post so they can come and check it out. Detroit, yeah, Detroit. When you see when you see the steam coming up out the manholes, that's how it be. That's how it be. That's when you know it's about to start smelling nasty. When you see that steam coming out the manholes at like 8 o'clock in the morning, just smoke coming up out the street. Oh Lord have mercy. That's why I'm not mad at the C19 masks. I'm not mad at them, especially the good ones. The N95s. I wear one of them bad boys all day because I'm from the dusty, stinking ass Midwest. You know what I'm saying? You go outside and it smell like ass for no reason. As soon as they start making it mandatory where people had to wear masks, I was like, shit, let me get one that block out odor then real quick. And I replaced the filter in that N95 with a car air freshener, and we on our way. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says other spending from the jail fund that Hambright said benefited incarcerated people is the purchase of body cameras for correction officers, which is expected cost nearly $800,000 over 5 years, and building a fenced-in area for $300,000 so those in jail can have time outside. Hambright also said incarcerated people receive 2 free video calls each month. All of this spending was done without additional expense to the taxpayers, since it was paid from the jail fund, he said. This is a line often used when the county talks about spending money from the jail fund. I am a taxpayer, Jones said. I live in Dauphin County, and I'm appalled to think that they say they're doing this to save the tax-paying citizens money. The same line could be said about every dollar spent from the jail fund that does not go to essential services. That is a dollar that has to come from somewhere else. The money could have done so much good. Instead, it's going to guards, outside agencies, and for things like firing ranges. Alexandra Morgan Kurtz, managing attorney for Pennsylvania Institutional Law Project, said, "It's just benefits that they're providing to staff instead of ensuring that basic needs of the people they're responsible for are met." Most counties in the state rely on third-party vendors such as Viapath, formerly Global Tel-Link, Dauphin County's vendor, to provide phone and internet services inside of jails. So now when they say provide phone and internet service inside of jails, they're not talking about the company phones. They're talking about the phones that the inmates use. Yeah, I wasn't mad at them making us wear a mask during COVID. I wasn't mad at it. I sometimes, once in a blue moon, sometimes I still wear my mask. So like I know they got a little camera down there by the time clock at my job. I won't wear a mask all shift, but I'll wear one when I'm going past the time clock in case they say anything funny. Anytime I go around the camera, I got a mask on. You know what I'm saying? I do that. I'll make sure I put one on. And if I know there's some cameras in the vicinity, that's when I throw that mask on. You know what I'm saying? That's the one good thing about COVID. Everybody all outraged and mad. Hey, listen, man, I can make it work. I can make a lot. I'm one of them type of people, man. I can make things work. I don't need everything. I can make it work on my own. I'm not gonna do the juice, but y'all gonna make us wear these masks. Okay, I got you. I can figure this out. I can make that mask work for me. I can make that mask work for me. The mask can work for me in a couple ways. I ain't mad at the mask. When it comes to C19, there's one thing I ain't mad at is the mask. I'm mad at the weekly testing that you have to do at work, but I ain't mad at the mask. Yeah, see, Deformed Pretty Boy. Shout out to my man, Deformed Pretty Boy. He said he still wear his. You don't have to smell people's stank ass breath neither. You don't have to. People can't see you making faces at them because I'm one of them people. I make a face at you if you say or do something stupid. I'll be in the line somewhere looking at somebody and they do something dumb, and I'm sitting there looking. The mask will hide my face. That should keep me safe. You know what I'm saying? The mask can keep me safe. Sometimes people walk past and they smell kind of funky too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I'm saying, I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't know what parents are doing with their kids, but I'd encourage parents to start teaching their kids, if they've gone through puberty, teach them hygiene. You know what I'm saying? Teach your children hygiene, because there's a lot of grown-up kids that you go past in a gas station or you go past somewhere, and if it's crowded in a place, sometimes you smell some things that you don't want to smell, and they coming from other people, and you can do better than that. You can do better than that. You know what I'm saying? You need to start learning how to scrub your underarms and shit. But in the meanwhile, instead of making a face at this person and a potential conflict or altercation start, you got that COVID mask on so they can't see how bad they stink by looking at your face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, motherfuckers be mustier and mustier. I don't know what you would think is 2023. You would think motherfuckers 2022 New Year's resolution is I'm gonna be as funky as I can in public, because you go out nowadays, it's like these motherfuckers don't even know what the hell deodorant is. You know what I'm saying? I remember back in the day when they had the commercials for Secret and they were saying it was strong enough for a man and pH balance for a woman. Come on, dog. Nowadays, as many men are acting like they're women. Now everybody can use Secret. If that shit's so strong, we should have a funkless society, because the men want to be women want to be men, and women want to be women. Don't nobody want to be a man. You know what I'm saying? But men want to be women and women want to be women. Women want to have the same privileges as men, but women want to be women with the same privileges as men. The only thing that I could see good coming out of that situation is that Secret will take care of everybody's funk. But for some reason, everybody's still funky as hell. I don't get it. Yeah, the lesbians with the cornrows under their arms. I don't understand. I never they underarms be looking like Snoop Dogg's head from the Doggy Style video. I don't know why they do that shit. I don't know how they even I couldn't even tell you, bro. I don't even know what to say. They must be taking special care of their underarms, like washing up under their arms with Pantene Pro V or some shit. I don't even understand how you get that much hair under your arms. It's got to come from the injections. It's the only thing that I could think of, because I I don't know where that shit come from. Motherfuckers got a whole look like they got the ball from a skull cap just posted up under each arm. It's like, where did all that come from? Got some damn pom poms under your arms. Now I know you're not a cheerleader sitting up there looking like that, but you got the pom poms under your arms. It's not making no sense. So now here it says, if it doesn't benefit incarcerated people, I'm not going to spend it. Cumberland County Warden Travis Schenck said about commissions his jail collects. No disrespect to my people across the river, but I'm not going to go get gun club passes for staff. I'm not going to do that. Schenck said the county, which also contracts with Viapath, has always maintained that money collected from phone call commissions needs to be spent in a way that benefits the people in jail. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you all think that the jail spent this money in a way that benefits the inmates? Deneen said, when we go off topic, we go all the way off topic. We go all the way off topic. We family the topic gone. You know what I'm saying? Family the topic is gone. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't get it in the first 45 minutes, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, when in-person visits were cut off. And see, you guys remember what I was saying about that COVID-19 money? COVID-19 is when they started getting all that damn money. Shout out to Director Kudo. What up with it? COVID-19 is when they started getting all that money. And the reason why they started getting that money is because, like, imagine, right? Now you can't get any visits. So now all of your communication has to be digital. All your communication has to be on that tablet. All your communication has to be through the phone. Can't nobody come up there and drop you off any money. All your payments got to be through JPay. So the jail was making out during COVID-19. They was making out like a fat rat in a cheese factory, just sitting there with one button, you know what I'm saying, the shirt buttoned up over the belly, just barely hanging on for his life. And if that button pop off because the shirt's so damn tight, it's going to shoot off like a damn bullet and ricochet all over the room. That's how good they was making out. You know what I'm saying? Schenck said the county used phone commission money to provide no-cost videos for incarcerated people. Now think about this. During COVID, even if you were not incarcerated, people had to use video for school. Kids had to use Zoom. People were working in remote places. They were working at their homes. A lot of people, they got COVID broken. You know what I'm saying? COVID broke a lot of people. Took their ass out of work, had them at home. A lot of these motherfuckers can't get back up and go to work. They're like, nah, I'm too used to this. This is my lifestyle now. I'm not going back to work. I've been chilling at the house this whole time. You crazy? Think I'm going back to work? So it's a lot of people that never even returned back home after COVID. So now here it says, each year, the county provides a holiday package to the people in jail with gifts like socks, treats, and some basic necessities. Those are paid for with money from phone call commissions. Let me tell you something about what else the jail does. If you're, because when I was in jail, because I've never been to prison, but I got in trouble when I was in college for something that I didn't do. I ended up getting arraigned and let out of jail, but I got arrested and I had to stay in jail until my arraignment for something that I didn't do. My parents bought me some socks and they bought me some like underwear, like some long johns, because it was cold there. That's why I believe this dude that he died of hypothermia, because it's freezing cold. You know what I'm saying? And I was there in the winter when it happened. Do y'all know that I didn't get my shit until like 3 years later? Now, mind you, I was only in jail for maybe like, I want to say like maybe 2 or 3 weeks until my court date. And then they dismissed my court date, or then they dismissed all the charges at my court date. But the day after I was arrested, I had a phone call. I was able to call my parents. I called my parents and I told them what I needed. They brought me socks. They brought me underwear. They dropped it off to the sheriffs. I didn't get that shit until 3 years later. And you know what they did? They called me and told me I had to go up to the jail and get it, or else they would destroy it. I was only in the county for 2 weeks. They never delivered my shit. So I know firsthand that they don't do the shit that they're supposed to do. And they will waste your family's money. They will unapologetically waste your family's money because they don't care. Not to mention the fact that they don't care, not to mention the fact that they're liars. You know what I'm saying? Ask anybody that you know that might have went to jail. Now remember, I'm talking about jail. I'm not talking about prison. I'm not a criminal. I ain't a pookie. I've never been to prison because I didn't do shit. I shouldn't have been put in jail, but it was a college campus police officer that did the shit. Went to jail, was there until my court case. The second day that I was in jail, my parents brought me up some underwear and some socks and some t-shirts. I didn't get that shit until like 3 years later. And when I say I didn't get it, I got a phone call from the Portage County Jail. You need to come get these belongings that we have custody of, and if you don't get them in 15 days, they'll be destroyed. When I went up there and got my shit, I asked them to look me up. And then they looked me up. And they was like, "Damn, you was here like back in 1999." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why is it 2003 and I'm getting this shit?" They was just sitting there looking at me, and I was just sitting there looking at them. And then they told me the grievance process. You know what I'm saying? Which the grievance process is a joke. So why even bother? You know what else they did? I wear glasses. I know you guys see me when I go live with TD. I don't really show my face on my live streams here. I could, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm afraid to show my face or anything, but I just don't. I could, but I just don't. But when me and TD go live on Just Talking with TD and Rob, I always have my camera on. I wear glasses. They took my glasses. So not only was I not able to see the entire time when I was in the county, but I didn't have no glasses when I got out. Those came back to me with the underwear and the socks that my parents gave me. I had to buy a whole new set of glasses. I wear prescription glasses. These glasses ain't for show. They're not for fake. I can't see without my glasses. I got bad eyes. If I'm not wearing my glasses, then I got contacts on. You know what I'm saying? The jail is so inefficient that I didn't get none of that stuff back. It's crazy. So I know, and the thing is, the little jail that I was at, like, a lot of these people on YouTube, they be lying, like, oh yeah, I was on Rikers Island for like 30 years and shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm only 28 years old, I was in Rikers Island for 30 years. You know what I'm saying, son? It was crazy out there. I ain't got nothing to lie about, man. I was in a little hillbilly area jail. I was in some little shit out in the sticks because I'm from the sticks. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I was in no hardcore crazy ass jail with like no gang activity. Like I was in a little easy ass jail. It was county, and it was the county. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was in some old shit where I could just chill and watch TV, and I had to worry about shit. The only reason I couldn't, the only reason why I couldn't watch TV was because I couldn't see shit because I didn't have my damn glasses because they had that shit with my personal items. I wasn't in no crazy ass jail. Like, yeah, it was niggas getting shanked left and right. Nah, nigga, the jail that I was in, like a retirement home. It was like a bunch of old motherfuckers. Like, it was like old crackheads and old motorcycle gang members and just a bunch of old motherfuckers. Like, I mean, it might have been like maybe two young people, and them motherfuckers wasn't doing shit. They was just chilling. The jail that I was in was absolutely nowhere near gangster. It was not crazy. I was in the sticks. You know what I'm saying? I was in the sticks. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no crazy stories for y'all except for the fact that they didn't give me my shit. Yeah, nah, I feel it. Director Kudo said, "Bro, I'm afraid of those small town jails. Them hills having eyes, hillbillies. I see like it here in the sticks. There's those hills have eyes type motherfuckers, but there's some brothers too, though. You know what I'm saying? But again, like they was all like retirement age hills have eyes, motherfuckers. So they might have been mumbling to themselves some crazy ass shit. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's dog on, you know what I'm saying, nigger. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, you gonna be dead tomorrow anyway if you sleep the wrong way. So I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in there chilling, like I'm just in there waiting to get to my arraignment. Like, man, these motherfuckers fucked up. Like, I can't wait to get to my arraignment so that I can get the hell out of here because I didn't do anything. The police just arrested me because they were just arresting a whole bunch of area in a whole bunch of people in the vicinity. You know what I'm saying? So I got to my arraignment and I was able to get out. But like, yeah, that jail, you know what I'm saying? If I ever ended up having to go to jail, that would be where I would want to go. Because like like that was literally like, I mean, like I'm just chilling there. I ain't got shit to worry about. The motherfuckers too old. Everybody in that motherfucker had arthritis and shit. Like that was for real, like a retirement home with bars on it instead of like doors. You know what I'm saying? Like that jail looked like where like everybody had already did life. Yeah, look, you know how they be sentencing motherfuckers to like 5 life sentences? It looked like they had already done the inmates at that spot looked like they had already done 2 life sentences. Like I was good. That's the kind of jail where like you be thinking you about to get in a fight, but then somebody asks you to do a favor. Hey, motherfucker, you turn around like you about to get in a fight. Can you just help me get to a seated position? Oh, that's all you need. Yeah, I got you. Think you about to go fight somebody? This motherfucker asking to help you sit him up and shit. that's 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 the kind of shit I was at. The motherfucker scared the shit out of me and shit. I'm walking down the hallway. Hey, yo, what's up? My knee cracked. Can you help me straighten my leg up? Help me stand up a little bit. Okay, I got you. That's it. It was one of them kind of jails. So yeah, I was cool. That's why I ain't really tripped neither while I was there. I was like, this some bullshit. I really need to be out of here like ASAP. But you know what I'm saying? Like I can wait. I ain't got no need to be like, I ain't got no need to be belligerent or nothing like that because ain't shit going down here. You know what I'm saying? This is some old dumb shit. This is some actual goofy jail. this, this is some actual goofy jail shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm straight. I'm not in any danger of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? These niggas the type of niggas like, hey, young blood, what? You got another bottle of Bengay in there? Yeah. You helping motherfuckers do range of motion and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this is like the retirement jail. Like, literally, I swear to God, everybody in here was like a 70-year-old crackhead. And I was just like, man, this is crazy. Like, at the time, I was only 19 years old. I'm like, damn, there ain't no young motherfuckers in this bitch. Literally, everybody looked like they had got arrested at the bar from working 32 hours in a row at the factory. Bengay in jail is a commodity. Yeah, facts. Facts. That shit was funny though, man. But it was only the county though, too. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no, and then like I was only just in there being held until arraignment. So it's not like I had got processed and taken to population or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Abby said only fight Rob got into was over some tussing. I ain't even get in no fight. Don't nobody even say shit to you in that motherfucker, man. Half the motherfuckers was struggling for their life. They ain't had time to talk to nobody. The motherfuckers ain't had time to talk to me. They're trying to stay healthy and shit. I was watching TV. You know what I'm saying? I was washing my teeth, and then I had developed like this OCD habit of brushing my teeth like every 4 hours. So like I had got bored and like I would watch TV, and then like during a commercial break, I'd go brush my teeth. That was literally all I did for like 3 weeks. That was all I did. So now here it says the business is to take care of incarcerated people, not make money to take care of other things, he said. If the money is for the inmates, it needs to be for them. You can't even get the shit that your family drop off for you, let alone some money that they claim they allocated for you. You know what I'm saying? My family had brought me shit and they ain't even bring that shit for me. So you know if it's some money that the state's supposed to give to the inmates, if they not even giving you the shit that's actually yours, you definitely ain't getting no shit they supposed to give you from the tax money and all that shit. That's how corrupt they are. I actually ended up getting out right before my court date on a PR bond. I didn't have no lawyer. I got out on a personal recognizance bond because I didn't have no prior record because I don't do shit. It wasn't no need for me to even be in there. They just was arresting there was this party and they had got crazy. And like everybody that was there, it was just that kind of bullshit where they just be snatching people up and arresting them and shit. And somebody had snatched me up while I was trying to go to my car and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, yeah, you have disorderly conduct and you know what I'm saying? Like you got some weed on you and shit. And like I didn't even have no weed on me because I don't smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? So all I had to do was just wait. They threw out like literally everybody that got arrested. I think maybe like 2 people got charged. Like no one got arrested. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Adrian Hicks. What's good with it, bro? Ah, that's hilarious. No, I wasn't doing shit. I was squinting my eyes trying to see. Yeah, and that's what it was. It wasn't no scorpion unit type shit, but this shit happened to me when I was in college. And I was and I didn't go to a historically black college. I went to a PWI. You know what I'm saying? And I used to go to all the parties, you know what I'm saying? And I would go to the parties that would be close to the campus. I would go to the parties with the because I had a bunch of friends that was in black fraternities and black sororities. Those parties, the black fraternity and black sorority parties was cool. Them ones wasn't really going crazy. But I used to live on a co-ed floor. And on my co-ed floor, I had a roommate that was black, but everybody else on the floor was white. And I had a whole bunch of white friends that I used to hang out with. Them parties that them motherfuckers went to, it would be like bombs going off and shit out there. Dumpsters exploding, cars getting turned the fuck over and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some real crazy shit. So like when black people parties get out of control, it'd be like 3 or 4 motherfuckers that get arrested. Like somebody got into a fight or somebody starts shooting. When white people parties go crazy, they got to bring in the military to shut that shit down. And that's what happened. They had brought in the motherfuckers was getting shot with rubber bullets and all kinds of crazy shit. The real shit, Deneen, like real life Antifa parties and shit. Terrorist party. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be going down like, man, at them parties on them campuses, it'd be going down like Beirut. You be chilling in the house, you know what I'm saying? You know they got all the alcohol. So you drinking, chilling, and you hear like a bomb go off outside. What the fuck? What just had, dude? We just fucking blew up a car down the street. Why did you do that? You know the police are about to come, right? Yeah, that kind of shit goes down. You know what I'm saying? So that, I mean, shit be blowing up at them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So they bring in the bomb squad. They had the riot gear and everything. Rubber bullets. You know what I'm saying? Real, it's really like that. It's really like that. American Pie is all of those movies that you see, like Revenge of the Nerds and Class of Nukem High and all that shit. That shit is based on a real story. Somewhere in the United States at a PWI, that exact same party is actually happening. You know what I'm saying? It is. You know what I'm saying? It is. And but what's crazy though, like I said, because like I've been to those kind of parties and I've been to the parties at the black fraternities. You know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of friends that's Kappas, you know what I'm saying? And I got a couple friends that's Qs. And if the police come to those parties, it won't even be, like I said, it'll be restricted to just like 2 people fighting, or maybe like it'll be a group, like maybe some Kappas and some Qs got in a fight or something like that, right? It's actual shit blowing up, actual shit burning down at these other parties. And they just nice as hell. Like the police, they just nice as hell to the people hosting the party. Hey guy, what's going on here? You know, we're just trying to have a little bit of fun, and you know, the party just got a little bit out of control, and you know, this car happened to blow up, and we accidentally burned this house down over here, and the dumpster is on fire. But you know, aside from all of that, everything's good. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, and I'm in the engineering program, and it's all good. And then the police officers would be acting like they're about to do something. Well, son, I'll have you know, this school is my alma mater. And you sitting there like, what? Go to the black party with 2 people fighting. Literally, it'll be 2 people fighting in the parking lot. Police come through there and pepper spray everybody. I'm telling you, man, the way that they treat people is drastically different. It's crazy. They don't come to them other parties with the pepper spray out first. Clover X says parties are draining and toxic as fuck. I'd rather be taking and sipping on my tea while listening to podcasts. That, you sound like a millennial. Y'all don't have any social skills. You can't dance, and y'all don't know how to party. All you do is sit around and talk about how bad men are. All you do is sit around and talk about how bad women are because y'all are socially awkward. So I totally believe that you'd rather sit around sipping tea and be plugged into a machine than sipping alcohol while you're plugged into a woman. I believe that. I'm not surprised. Unfortunately, I come from the era where I like to kick it. We didn't have podcasts back in the day. We were the podcast. We sit around. We was the drink champs. You know what I'm saying? We'd sit around and talk and have a good time. We weren't socially awkward. I didn't need to listen to somebody gaslight how bad women was because I was messing with them. You know what I'm saying? So like, I didn't need that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be telling like the millennials, man. Y'all need to go get out and get some air. Get off. Stop playing Fortnite all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing Roblox. Go and get some fresh air. Go and get some sunlight. Get out of the damn house. Stop complaining about shit and go talk to some damn body. It's not as bad as you think that it is. I just can't survive in this world anymore. I have to just distract myself and plug myself into a podcast. It's not that bad. It's really not. You like Tangeray, Director Kudo? I never had Tangeray. Actually, I think I did one time. I think I had Tangeray and orange juice one time. I think I had Tangeray and orange juice one time. You don't need to sit around plugged into a damn iPad or plugged into your phone listening to a podcast. You need to go plug your ass into the outdoor environment and go get some people skills. You know what I'm saying? Director Kudo said, I just say that when I know everyone in the room's favorite artist is Tupac. Nah, I like Tupac, but Tupac ain't my favorite artist, though. Nas and 50 is my favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? Nas and 50, them my two favorite artists. Yeah, back in the day, they don't even have malls no more, bro. You used to go to the mall, go to the movies, go roller skating. You know what I'm saying? Clover said, I mean, I'm usually learning new stuff on podcasts about self-improvement and world stats. You listen to Jordan Peterson? No, because Jordan Peterson is the patriarch of male apathy. No wonder you hate yourself. Turn that shit off and go somewhere and get you some pussy, man. Damn. Listen to Jordan Peterson. He'll sit up there, how you feeling all bad for being a man. Well, you can't even speak. You can't even talk. Western ideals are just degrading. They're denigrating. White men aren't going to have any free speech. Listen, let me tell you something. White men have the most free speech, and you'll be fine. Stop listening to Jordan Peterson. Go find you somebody, a female friend that likes to drink a lot, and I swear to God, you'll be a lot happier. If you listen to shit like that, that's all you're going to do is sit there and listen all day. And then that shit will become true. These hoes don't appreciate me. Have you ever talked to them? Have you ever asked? Have you ever just walked up to a woman and been like, do you appreciate me? Yeah, we had the arcade. Shout out to Finance Man. What up with it? Playing Double Dragon and shit like that. And I ain't trying to be funny, man, but Jordan Peterson is a white supremacist. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Peterson is the type of dude that manufactures incels that go and shoot up places that I like to hang out at. I'll be hanging out at an after-hour spot, and Jordan Peterson them got y'all white incels so upset and so angry that for some reason you think that I'm exercising black privilege by just hanging out at an after-hour spot because your antisocial ass can't get no damn pussy, and you will go shoot up the whole damn place, fucking around listening to some damn Jordan Peterson and shit. Stop listening to that shit. Go find a woman. Go get you something soft. You know what I'm saying? You got depression and suicidal thoughts from listening to a alcoholic psychiatrist like Jordan Peterson. Do you know that being a psycho and alcohol are not a good mix? You're aware of that, right? That is not a good mix. We don't even have a mall no more, Black Diamond. They shut down most of the malls over by us. They closed them all down. I'm not talking about you drinking alcohol. You don't know about your boy Jordan Peterson. He's an alcoholic. I know, like, black privilege is a thing. You know that you got to speak to them in their language. You know what I'm saying? you know how they be saying we talking Ebonics. It's the same thing. You know you got to speak to them in their language now. You know what I'm saying? You know, let me stop, man. Jordan Peterson, in case you didn't know, has gone through alcohol rehabilitation multiple times. Now, I'm not saying that to say that it's something wrong with turning up, because it's not. But there's something wrong if you have like chronic depression and then you enhance it with chemicals like alcohol or like narcotics. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to go drink alcohol. I told you to go find a woman that you can talk to. But if you sit there and listen to Jordan Peterson, he gonna have you simping over Michaela Peterson, and then you're gonna sit there and act like you can't find no women because Jordan Peterson tell you that a bunch of women don't want to talk to you. Man, go find you a fucking woman. Sitting around listening to that depression shit. That's the kind of shit that get people all crazy, making them go shoot shit the hell up. You're going to be sitting in your room loading a clip up somewhere all mad because somebody else messing around with some porno chick that you want to get with. Bro, don't nobody have time for that. Put the iPhone down. You know what I'm saying? Black Diamond says, I'm in North Carolina and the malls in my city are like the club. You got to be over 18 to enter without a parent. Oh, for real? I know back in the day, the mall used to be dope. Listen, man, the late night movies used, man, listen, man. Listen. Man, we used to kick it in high school, man. The football games used to be lit. After the football games, we go to the movies. That shit was lit. After the movies, we go to a teen club. That shit was lit. Man, when I was in high school was so fun, man. All my homies. Then when I went to college, man, my homies from college, that shit was fun as hell. Even the first couple years after I graduated, that shit was a good time. You know what I'm saying? I could never imagine being a kid now. I couldn't imagine that shit. Clover said, I have no interest in women. I'm more focused on my career and expanding my investment portfolio right now. You don't know how to multitask? That's the kind of response that people that don't even know anything about investing give. What's the beta coefficient of your investment portfolio? This person says, what do you think of Xi Jinping? I think he likes balloons. He turned America into one big Chuck E. Cheese and nobody did shit about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think about Xi Jinping. I bet you America wouldn't fly no damn spy balloon over China. That motherfucker flew a spy balloon over the United States like we had Chuck E. Cheese or some shit. They said that information came out that said that they really flew a whole bunch of balloons over the United States while Trump was in office and he just didn't say shit about it. You know what I'm saying? Xi Jinping's facial expression don't never change. He always got the same face. Where's this dude at? Where Clover at? Clover, get your ass over here. What's the beta coefficient of your damn investment portfolio? Talking about you more folk. The only reason why you are worried about an investment portfolio is so that you can spend all that money on pussy. Sitting up there talking about you don't like women and shit. The fuck? Stop playing the game. This is another dude you're talking to. You're not talking to somebody that you're trying to run game on. You're talking to another man. You're talking to another male. So what are your investments? You don't think that investing in an appropriate life partner is an investment? Let me ask you this, right? Jordan Peterson is a white supremacist, and white people who are white supremacists think white people are the most important people on the planet. But Jordan Peterson is telling white men to quote unquote go their own way and walk away from women, but you're supposed to reproduce because he believes that you all are being replaced, which actually you all have gone around the world and replaced everybody else. But in that mind state, sure, we'll just entertain it just for sakes of this conversation. Why is somebody who's supposed to be a male role model disencouraging you from procreation if you already have a negative population growth? Can you explain that to me? I don't understand that. He must be at that hub. I ain't mad at him. I really wouldn't be mad at him if he was if he was trying to pay for something strange for some change. But he probably ain't even doing that. This dude like the anti-woman type of motherfucker. Like, nah, if you're a woman, fuck you. See, like women got to understand the difference between an actual misogynist and an anti-woman motherfucker. I asked you what the beta coefficient was. I didn't ask you all that shit. The beta coefficient. The beta coefficient. Do you know what a beta coefficient is? Right now, I got 20% EFT, 50% dividend stocks, and 30% Bitcoin. What is your 50% dividend stocks? You got some little S&P 500 mutual fund? Show me some damn 50% dividend stocks. So if you have a stock that costs $50, you mean to tell me that you're getting a quarterly dividend of $25 every 3 months? What's the name of the company? Write the initials for the company in the chat. And how many Bitcoins you got? You sitting there talking about 30%. Fuck a percent. What's the actual number of Bitcoins that you have? See, this is the thing that I'm talking about, man. These motherfuckers come around and they think that you're stupid just because you black. You got the right one today. You still haven't told me your portfolio's beta coefficient. I don't care about your stocks. I don't care about your 30% Bitcoin, which I don't know why you're investing in Bitcoin anyway, when you can invest in algo and get an APY on staking of 6.2%, or you can invest in Ethereum, or you can invest in Solana and get an APY of up to 11%, but you investing in Bitcoin and you probably not even staking it. So why do y'all do that? Can you explain that to me? Why do y'all do that? And this is what I'm talking about right here. What is you still, first of all, I need to know your portfolio's beta coefficient. That's not a difficult thing to ask either, the portfolio beta coefficient. That'll tell me everything that I need to know about the portfolio without you giving me a rundown, because I really don't care about what you got to say. I want to know what the beta coefficient is. He ain't gonna tell me what the beta coefficient is. He gonna say some dumb shit like, I have stocks in Ford Motor Company and Tesla, and then he gonna say N-word and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He gonna get mad and just start saying the N-word and shit. Especially listening to Jordan Peterson. That's my right. It's free speech, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Clover said, I never had any education in finance. I only have a diploma in hospitality. Never heard of that term. All right, well, I won't take it hard on you then, because you seem like you all right. If you got a diploma in hospitality, use that diploma in hospitality to be hospitable so that you can find yourself a good life partner. Stop listening to Jordan Peterson because you will grow up upset. You know what I'm saying? You will grow up upset. But if you don't have any education in finance and you are investing, that's a good thing. That's one thing that you got going for yourself, because a lot of people waste their money instead of saving it. So I can't even trip like that. If you never heard of that term beta coefficient, I'm going to tell you what, next time you think about putting those earbuds in and listening to Jordan Peterson, go look up what a beta coefficient is and then calculate the beta coefficient of your own portfolio. That's what you do. Bitcoin is doing good right now, though. Last time I checked, I think it was like $24,000 for a Bitcoin. You still didn't answer how many Bitcoins you got, so you must not have a whole one. Well, that's all right, though. It's not a lot of people that got a whole Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of people that got a whole Bitcoin. That's baller shit. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says there's no legal restrictions on how the money can be used by the counties. So basically, the counties can take this money and do whatever they want. They can do whatever the hell they want. They don't have to follow any laws. They don't have to follow no rules. They ain't got to follow no regulations. They can do whatever it is that they want to. Just like how they don't have to provide the information about the employee files for those police officers who engage in dirt. They keep this stuff very secretive. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't smashed that like button, please make sure that you guys smash the like button. Also, if you guys have not hit the bell icon twice and subscribe to the channel, make sure that you guys hit the bell icon twice and subscribe to the channel. And also make sure you guys take a moment and subscribe to my backup channels. Okay. However, Dauphin County describes the jail fund as restricted for the county prison and inmate benefit. According to county financial documents, Dauphin County receives a nearly 82% commission on all phone calls. 82%. 82%. So that means that out of every dollar, they get 82 cents. The company that is the one who provides the phone service only gets 18 cents. I'm not sure if it's a private prison, director. And a 20% commission on all money spent on tablet computers for the purchase of email, video visits, and multimedia terms. So they be you know these people in jail be buying some OnlyFans time. OnlyFans should set up a little business arrangement with the jail. They would really be making out there. Could you imagine how much money they'd make? Man, if OnlyFans linked up with the county, they shutting the game down. Okay. Clover said right now just a fractional share, 0.35 on Binance. I'm only 26 though, so I'm just starting off. Okay. Do Binance have a program where if you let your Bitcoin sit, you can earn interest on it? I used to use Binance back in the day before it was approved by the United States. There was a time period where they didn't have a license to operate in the United States, so it ended up getting shut down. So I had to shift a lot of my cryptocurrency to places like Yobit, and I shifted some of it to Coinbase. But I heard they got a license to operate in the United States now, and I know for some cryptocurrencies they offer a staking pool. Now I know you can't stake Bitcoin because Bitcoin is a coin that can be mined, but there's a lot of places that if you hold a certain balance of Bitcoin in their wallets that they have, they give you a percentage APY. I'm not sure if Binance does that, but I'm curious. I know for a fact they do it with Ethereum on Binance, but I don't know if they do it with Bitcoin. See, like if you're just going to be holding your Bitcoin, you need to hold it in a place where you can get some percentage back on it instead of just holding it and let it sit idle. You know what I'm saying? Director Kudo says you're an evil genius. I told you, embrace Gemini, embrace villainy, bro. Yeah, my brother uses Gemini. My brother uses Gemini. They do the APY on Bitcoin. They got a Bitcoin interest program. Honestly, I don't. The only reason I pay attention to Bitcoin is just to get a general idea of how crypto's doing. I have a little bit of Bitcoin, but I don't really invest in Bitcoin. I'm team Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the APY on Bitcoin is 8%. That's not bad. That's see what you need to do when the APY is like 8% on Bitcoin. When Bitcoin tanks, when it goes down to like 17,000, man, put as much money in that shit as you can, and then continue to accrue that 8%. And then when the value, when the Bitcoin jumps up to like how it just recently jumped back up to the over the $20,000 threshold, that 8% will blow up. You know what I'm saying? That 8% will blow up. So now here it says the contract with Viapath is so lucrative that the county is guaranteed to receive a minimum payment of more than $53,000 each month. Cumberland County receives a 20% commission from revenue from tablet use, but only 3 cents per minute from phone calls. Now, who do you think owns these phone companies that 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 service the jails? Clover said you could do what is that? Is UST? Is that US dollar? Is that US tether? Is that US dollar tether APY, but it's not reliable? I don't I don't fuck with tether. On Coinbase, if you use US dollar coin, the stable coin, they give you a 1.5% APY, which is cool because then you can link it to the Coinbase card and you can just use it directly, like you can use it like a debit card. I don't really fuck with tether. You know what I'm saying? AT&T is the one that runs the phone. They got the jails and the football stadiums. So they're just running a racket, man. They just running a big old racket. I got to start doing the Tales from the Cryptocurrency streams again. Are y'all subscribed to my channel, Tales from the Cryptocurrency? If y'all not subscribed to that channel, make sure y'all subscribe to it. I need to start doing some streams for that channel again. I think I'm about to start actually for real, for real. Y'all can see this week right here. Y'all have killed it already. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. It's only February 6th. It's already February 6th, and I've already made what I usually make monthly on YouTube. That's the reason why I'm pumping out all these videos and giving y'all all this extra content, because I've already made what I usually make. So now everything else, I mean, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just all bonus shit. So shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I need to do some more Tales from the Cryptocurrency streams. It just be so much stuff happening in the news in between, like, my regular life and actually being online. It's hard for me to get all this stuff in. And a lot of times I be skipping important stuff. Like, I'm so far behind on talking about cryptocurrency, which is irritating because I actually like talking about that. But we gonna get it in, especially this week, because like I said, we way ahead of schedule. We're way ahead of schedule. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are killing it. Y'all are killing it this week. Hold on real quick. Real quick, y'all, if you guys haven't smashed that like button, make sure that you guys smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell. Here, I'm about to put the link for it right here. I got you, director. Hold on. All right, there it is. So y'all make sure y'all click that link real quick and subscribe to that. I'm going to try to get a Tales from the Cryptocurrency up this week. I actually got 2 articles that I was looking at about Bitcoin being at the hardest block difficulty in history of Bitcoin's existence. And then actually Ethereum is at the lowest supply level that it's ever been at. So that's actually 2 good signs. That's for people that invest in Bitcoin. That's a good sign for people that invest in Bitcoin. For people that invest in Ethereum, that's a good sign for people that invest in Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. So now here it says, look at this. A 15-minute call from Cumberland County costs less than $2.50, about 25% less than Dauphin County. Hambright initially told Penn Live that Dauphin County charges rates below what is mandated by the FCC. The FCC does not mandate rates, but instead places a cap on the minimum amount companies can charge for out-of-state phone calls. That cap is 21 cents per minute, which is what Dauphin County charges. 21 cents per minute. What's that? Ethereum and Bitcoin? Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. If you've invested in cryptocurrency, this, if you've been invested for a while, you made out pretty good over the last 2 weeks because crypto has jumped like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's doing really good. Right. That's like back in the day, like call me after 9 with them rates. Remember back in the day when the cell phones was like that? Like after 9 o'clock, it was free. Bro, don't call me. My shit would be turned off until 9 o'clock. Back in like the AirTouch days and when they had Autel and shit like that. So now here it says the FCC currently does not cap in-state phone calls, video calls, or on what is charged to send and receive digital communications such as email. However, Congress recently passed the Martha Wright Phone Justice Act, giving the FCC the authority to regulate in-state phone and video calls. Did you guys know about that? Congress recently passed the Martha Wright Phone Justice Act, giving the FCC the authority to regulate in-state phone and video calls. That's interesting. That's something that we're going to talk about. We definitely going to talk about that. If you guys want to talk about that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't want to talk about that, give me a thumbs down. I think we definitely need to talk about that. Ali Takic A2 says hi. Hi. How are you? So now here it says when pressed by this pin live, when pressed on this by Penn Live, Hambright said the county's rates are within FCC mandate parameters. Only 9 counties in Pennsylvania charge more for in-state phone calls from jail than Dauphin County. A call from Dauphin County Jail costs more than 3 times as much from a state prison. It cost a person in Dauphin County Prison 25 cents to send written messages on a tablet or computers. So if you send 4 messages, you've already spent $1. You've already spent $1. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think about that? Black Diamond says, "Do you have any links for investment videos new to Robinhood and investing?" Nah, you know what? Nah, I don't. There's some good channels out there that talk about investing, but I'm gonna try to get on I'm gonna try to get on Tales from the Cryptocurrency and Oil and Gold Railroad. How many of y'all that subscribe to that channel, Oil and Gold Railroad? If y'all subscribe to that, give me a thumbs up. If y'all not subscribed, give me a thumbs down. Because on Oil and Gold Railroad, that's another like finance type channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put that link in the chat for Oil and Gold Railroad. If y'all not subscribed to that channel, make sure y'all subscribe to that. I'm gonna try to get more content up. I'm telling y'all, I'm already where I need to be at because my subscribers are amazing as far as like what I've made this month. So I'm definitely gonna be able to get more content in. That's why I've been making more videos. Have you guys seen the short videos that I've been doing? That's how when you guys know that things are going well for me when y'all get a whole bunch of short videos like that. When it's a little bit on the slow side, hey, what's going on, Amara? What's good with you? When things are on the slow side, that's when your boy be sticking with the live streams because that means your boy got to be working. I gotta be doing my hustle, you know what I'm saying? But when the YouTube hustle doing right, you know what I'm saying? I got you. You feel me? So now here it says messages that include a photo have an additional, look at this. Messages that include a photo have an additional 50-cent charge, and videos add $1 to the message cost. That difference in price between Cumberland and Dauphin counties can be significant, given that incarcerated people often make less than 25 cents an hour. So now here's my question. Mathematically, think about this. It costs 25 cents a minute to talk on the phone. Incarcerated people, when they work in jail, only make 25 cents an hour. How you supposed to do that? Somebody make that math make sense. Make that math make sense. A single phone call can cost more than a day's work. You're looking at roughly 12 to 13 hours of work to be able to make a 15-minute phone call. Do you guys see that? I'm glad that they put that there. This is a hustle, man. Honestly, this is beyond a hustle. Like, this is extortion. This is extortion for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Su Ming Ye, executive director of the Pennsylvania Institutional Law Project, said that's like the equivalent of $100 to make a 15-minute phone call outside of jail. So that's very difficult for people, and as a result, families are the ones supporting their loved ones inside. So let's apply that to the racial wealth gap. If we make up a large portion of the prison population, how much money are we paying in addition for communication. Let me ask you guys a question. Does that help the racial wealth gap or does it hurt it? Let me know in the comment section. Okay. So now here it says for much of the last 2 years, phone calls and video visits were largely the only way people in jail could stay connected with the outside world, and in some cases to people outside their cells. Most facilities cut off visits in 2020 to help prevent the spread of C-19 and restricted incarcerated people to their cells for more than 23 hours a day. So let me ask you guys a question. During C-19, were these jails making money or were they losing money? Were these jails making the money or were they losing the money? What was going on with them? This was a financial boom for Dauphin County. The commissions they got averaged a little more than $55,000 per month in the 6 months before the pandemic. Listen to this. In the 6 months after, the average commission jumped to nearly $70,000 a month and has only fallen below $80,000 a month twice since the beginning of 2021. The county has brought in more than $100,000 per month at least 7 times during that time frame. They're making dough. Yeah, facts. Making bank. You know what I'm saying? Morgan Kurtz said that she feared jails across the country will now become more reliant on money extracted from people who are locked up or their relatives. This money should be going to provide services for people and meeting necessary needs of incarcerated people, she said. It's the county's responsibility to pay for that and fund the jails and take care of the people who are incarcerated. They should bear the burden of that cost more so than the family members of incarcerated people. If you guys agree with that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree with that, give me a thumbs down. I agree. The jails, I mean, we're paying the tax money on that. So the question is, what are the county jails doing, not only with our tax money, but what are they doing with the money that they get from this price gouging that they're doing to the inmates? You know what I'm saying? Incarcerated people and their loved ones, like Jones, have little choice but to pay or lose contact for months or years. It's a money-making business, Jones said. When I look at the amount of money we spent, it was our only lifeline because during COVID, there was no visitation. Okay. Look at this. Most deaths in Pennsylvania jails go unreported despite rules. Hiding a homicide. I mean, the list goes on. We're going to talk about all of this stuff. We're definitely going to talk about all of this stuff, man. We are going to get into it because it's just insanity. We're going to talk about this police accountability thing. Do you have YouTube, Clover? Here, I'm gonna give you my YouTube thing. You can come over here. Hold on real quick. You can find my Twitter and all that on if you come to my YouTube page, but if you just look up Blacklight Revelations on Twitter, you should be able to find me. Don't act like you about crazy and start talking crazy when you come over here neither. I'll have to get your ass together real quick. So, ladies and gentlemen, players and pimps, I got some videos scheduled tomorrow. I think we got about 3 videos scheduled. So make sure you guys hit the bell icon in the premieres. All right. I'm going to be posting some more videos. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to all of my backup channels because, like I said, things are going really well this month and I've already hit all the goals that I need to hit. So in order for me to post some of the other content and get the notifications out, I'm gonna have to use the backup channels. So make sure that you guys are subscribed to those. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching. If you guys watch this video on the replay, make sure you leave a comment and let you know that you're part of the replay gang. And I will catch you all on the next video. All right, peace.